We're live. We're about to go live on the air at Dash Radio in 2 minutes. I know that says something different, but we're about to go live in 2 minutes. We have an amazing topic today. I'm urging everybody. I'm still looking for 300 solid, loyal, down like 4 flat tires fans, listeners, family members. If we can get 300 people to donate $100 to our radio program, we can upgrade all of our tech, right? We still need those donations. Use the super chat feature on the YouTube side of the game. We got 60 seconds before we go live. Anybody who donates, especially that C note, I'm shouting you out. All right, we're going to shout you out live on the air. Please continue to support the movement. All right? So we got 60 seconds before the show goes live. It's about to go down in the town. Don't be afraid to support your favorite radio show, The Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on Dash Radio. All right? You let me know when we ready.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Yeah. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
The child wasn't his, and you still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pisses my lips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of... Yeah, we live streaming through YouTube. The Voice of Reason has returned to Dash Radio. You already know I got an incredible topic lined up for you, but I can't even get into the topic until I promote this business. You want to turn your phone off?
I'm looking
Angry Smurf is back in the building, aka Lil Juicy. We got little and big Juicy in the building right now, and they both really little, by the way, frame wise. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, Dash Radio. You find us on Dash Talk. There's multiple ways to find us, of course. DashRadio.com/Dash Talk. That's how you listen to the audio. But if you want to watch us, all you got to do is go to my YouTube page. That's www.youtube.com/The Zoe What Show. I've got to promote a product right now before we even get this topic cracking. Total Package Energy. I'm telling you, I'll be on this. I had one today. We've got somebody in here, man, who is going to talk about the Total Package Energy experience as he is, if I'm saying this correctly, please correct me, Greenspan. You're an agent for basketball players?
No, I work for an agency in Niagara Falls, New York, A&D Sports Agency, Donald Felice, and I'm his director of West Coast Scouting and player development.
Look at that.
And I have to go from place to place and work people out and see if they're good enough to be in the agency.
Wow.
So I use this to keep me going, because a lot of times I have to be working people out at 4 in the morning, because you can't work them out during the regular day because people they're playing full court games.
Right there and
you have
playing.
to get in the gyms before anybody else. So this stuff is good. It's natural. It's I only have like a half a bottle at a time, And
Yeah, that's
it's not fair for me to give these to the guys I work out because that would give them an unfair advantage. I have to see how they work out without this stuff.
See what they look like, huh?
Yeah, so this is really good stuff, and you can look for it on the internet.
TotalPackageEnergy.com. This is, hey, what I want you to do is look out for my son, too. Take a look at him. He's a baller on the West Coast, Fresno State, red shirt sophomore. No, I didn't say anything. I'm sorry.
He's an amateur right now.
He's an amateur, but he wants to get to the next level. Total Package Energy. Anthony Eagleton trained him all summer up in Oakland. These guys have a great product. I hear a lot of people are starting to use this product. Go to TotalPackageEnergy.com. We appreciate everybody for chiming in. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, but when I come back, today's topic, it's going to be ridiculous. We got Big and Little Juicy in the building. I don't even know if they can handle what's about to happen.
Oh, wow. Please.
Yeah, it's going to be fresh. All right, listen. Voice of Reason, Dash Radio. We'll be back in 2.2. Holla.
They still looking at us?
Yeah, they're watching. All right, so you can turn the music down in here.
You're the engineer.
All right, so we're good. Thank you,
Have
Green
more bottles?
Sprint.
Have more bottles?
This is it. You want to take one with you?
That's yours.
No, I'm good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
unopened?
It's unopened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll go out there in Hollywood Boulevard and start selling them.
Oh, Lord, don't sell.
LAPD. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming by, Greenspan. I
My
appreciate
pleasure.
you, man. All right.
Here, let me give you one of my cards.
Yeah, man, you got to take a look. My son is a problem.
Wants to work out.
I know.
I'll work out. If I work out with him, doesn't mean he's not an amateur anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
If you work out with him, he's not an amateur
No, he's
anymore?
still an amateur.
Oh, great.
It's only if he takes money.
Well, no, he'll never
No,
take
no
any
money.
money. I want you to...
All the workout we do
That's
is-
him at Auburn last year. He's a lefty.
Nothing's good.
Can shoot. Really explosive kid.
Gail Goodrich.
Yeah. 48.5-inch vertical. They say he's like a undersized Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Long, hella defender, can shoot.
Well, if someone go up there and get his forearms
Ooh,
above
can you
the
play this
basket,
one?
that means
Which one?
he can be taught to do things.
Not
If
right
he doesn't
now,
do
but
it, then
I
that
mean,
means
just
he has a bad
If you
attitude.
ever know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I already know. Yeah. So I'll keep you in mind. I will.
Yeah. All right, big argument?
Oh no, they're not gonna get in an argument. They love each other.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, have a good one.
You too. Open or close?
Oh, you can close it. Yeah.
Close it.
That was weird.
Yo, they said, why do you fidgeting so much?
He obviously has some type of problem.
Crap.
You know, while he was looking at your photos. Yeah, that just is, I want to say bye.
You just want one song?
Yeah.
It's a minute 20 left.
They said, Mimi, stand up.
They want to see me. Somebody said Mimi looking like a snack.
I know. They spell meme. That is meme, not Mimi. They said
Minute.
this topic will the true test of their queendom. I'm a queen regardless.
You got on Oakland,
Oaklandish, yeah.
so sad. Back in the day one time.
Whatever. Fuck that shit. I'm just kidding.
That is it. I love Mimi.
I love you too.
30
I don't be
seconds.
saying that shit.
All right, bring us back.
I'm so mean. I know. I'm not there yet. I can't fake it.
I'm cool with whoever else.
Yeah. Hey, Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, back in the building. The girls are chit-chatting with each other. They love each other so much. Big and Little Juicy in the building. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. There's Miss Lips. Oh, my God. We're about to turn the corner.
Around the block.
Miss Lips is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Do me.
Yeah. Hey, we got a great topic today. don't forget, listen, everybody got to donate to keep our little network floating. We got a network inside of a network. We need donations, famo. Donate to us. People on YouTube, there's a super chat button. Use the super chat button. Whatever you donate, we're going to try to holler you out, shout you out. Yo, yo, yo. Don't forget to get your copy of The Relationship Dismount. Now, that all of that is out of the way. Here we go. Here we go. Now, you guys all know. Have you guys been watching the news? Mm-hmm. Nobody's paying attention.
Yes, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
You said anybody
Trump?
been watching the news? Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Trump.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Charlottesville.
Yes.
Right?
Alt-right.
His reaction.
Alt-right. His reaction. Everything that's been going on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You want to pay attention?
I am. I'm trying to.
You're doing a lot.
I was helping with.
Fall easy.
Continue.
Breezy. Okay, cool.
I'm not gonna explain myself. Oh, God.
No, I gotta ask this question, because what's crazy is a sister reached out to me and was like, Zoe, this is a big discussion going on Facebook. You should do a topic. Turn it into a topic. I said, all right, cool. I went, checked out the thread. And at first I was a little annoyed. I was a little like, shit. Okay. But then I recognized I can't really be mad at sisters for this. So I wanted to develop a topic around this concept and then kind of ask y'all to chime in and see what y'all think about it or what y'all thought about it. Now the question was, this is hurtful. Sisters, which race of men have made you feel the lowest in your entire life? Black men or white supremacists? And it was this huge argument. I mean, women, you know what I'm saying? They was going ham. So I was like, okay, let me make a topic out of this. So my topic was, we want to know what black women think of race in America. A deeper look at what sisters think of race and class in America. And that question, to me, is at the forefront of this entire discussion. Sisters, which race of men have made you feel the lowest in your entire life? Black men or white supremacists? So I started to expound on the topic because I really want to know what y'all think about race and class in America. So I started developing more topics. Where is the female Colin Kaepernick? Huh?
Wow. So you're killing them.
Where's the female Colin Kaepernick? Are female athletes just programmed to play the background and not, really get involved in social issues? I've seen some white women take a knee, soccer player and a few others. Oh, wow. Where are the WNBA? I seen some WNBA players. They all held hands and did whatever. I want to know. We want to talk about that. What do sisters as a whole think of Omarosa? Nah, you already know sisters tend to circle the wagons around the wackest of y'all. Y'all tend to defend all women. That's what
Jeff says that.
That's feminism puts you in a position. Well, we sisters, we all women. Women tend to protect each other, whether they good or bad, whether they're good, upstanding, quality people or bad people. They tend to defend them. What do y'all think of Omarosa? We want to know what sisters think about race in America. Sisters, what is your definition of a social sellout? Ladies, that's what we want to know. Sisters, which do you have more loyalty to? The black man or the system that oppresses us both? Are you more loyal to the system that signs your paycheck? Or the man that you don't have a problem telling to get the fuck out? 323-230-44 4610. 323-230-4610. I want to know what y'all think about all of this. What's your definition of real beauty? How has the war on drugs and mass incarceration affected black love and black relationships and black marriage? God damn. Y'all niggas ready? Are y'all ready?
I was ready.
We want to know what the black woman thinks of race in America. You give up your job for your dude? Would you give up your security, your safety net for your dude in order to stand by your dude? We asking white people to give up white privilege, right? We telling white people, listen, you heard Donald Trump. You heard what Donald Trump said. What did Donald Trump say? Donald Trump was like, there's some good people on both sides, right? There's good folk on both sides. Both sides is cool. There's good people on both sides. It ain't all bad, right? We ask white people, stand up and say, you know what? I'm willing to renounce white privilege and the benefits that come with it, because you know it's going to take something like that in order to break the bonds of racism in America, especially economically. And until white people do that, we are one and we're all American and we love each other. It's just lip service. Right? It's just lip service. You heard what Donald Trump said. What did he say? He said, what are we supposed to do? Go back and rewrite history? And what about George Washington? He owned slaves. What about Thomas Jefferson? If you really trying to fix the problem, hell yeah. Take all that shit down. Do you know George Washington inherited 11 slaves from his daddy? But by the time he died, he had 300 slaves. But at the same time, in Washington, D.C., today, George Washington is apotheosized. See, Masons use the word apotheosis. To apotheosize, you know what that means? To turn into a god. That's what apotheosis means. To raise to the status of godhood. He was a Mason. He was apotheosized and raised to the status of God. Slave owner. So when you hear these white people coming back saying, hey, where does it end? Okay, it starts with General elite, but where does it end? Y'all need to pay attention. Y'all two, hey, I need y'all to listen because y'all gonna be on the hook in a minute.
Okay, all right.
I'm ready.
Apotheosized. Jeez Louise. Sisters, are you too heavily dependent on this broken, racist system? Do you judge your man based off of the rules of this system? We want to know what sisters think about race in America. Racism in America. How does it affect you? Do white men tend to treat you better because they sign your checks? Oh, God, here we go. Jesus Christ. What do sisters think of Omarosa? Is the old adage true? The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice? Or is it simply a sexual perversion, objectification of darker skin? Gosh. Here we go. What up, little Juicy? With your light-skinned ass. You ready?
Yep.
Alright. Where's the female Ali?
I feel like right now it's only Maxine Waters.
There. Great answer. She stands up and she talks hardcore.
They be getting on her because of her wigs, but she be talking that talk.
They be getting on her because of her wigs.
She's like the only one that just doesn't care. She gonna say what she gotta say. And I love that.
Wow. Wow. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Let me shout these folks out.
I tried to.
Somebody just dropped a C note.
All right now.
Reggie, Indiana 76. Let's keep supporting our people. Unity is the key. Let's get it, Zoe. Or let's get it. Thanks. So, hey, no, thank you, Reggie, Indiana 76. Thanks for the C note. We're looking for 300 people to drop a C note. You can do it through the super chat. There's a little money sign down there. It says super chat. Click that and donate right now. I want to know, sisters, you choose your brother or the system? Brothers, we ain't got a system for you to come to. We ain't got shit set up. But would you choose us or the system? Would you choose us or certainty? Mimi? Mimi like, I ain't fucking with none of this, my nigga.
Man, it's just, I was just sitting here really digesting a true thought, you know, because this is something that we're saying if this was happening. You know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking, if I had the love of my life, and he's like, okay, leave your job, but what am I leaving my job for? I mean, does he have a plan? If there's a plan that exercises are still getting money one way or another, then, you know, we still able to move. We don't need the system. We finna do this. But now, if it's gonna be, I'm leaving my job, he has no stability, and now we are just going bumfuck backwards, then that's a problem. Because I'm not trying to go bumfuck backwards. I'm gonna lift you up because you're my king, but I'm not trying to, like, you know, mess up everything that we work so hard for. And I say we because when you have a mate, that's your teammate. So you guys are working on a common goal, or you should be. So if his common goal is something for me to stand by as his teammate, then let's do this. Now, if his common goal doesn't make much sense, then we need to talk it out and figure out a new direction, because I'm not going to leave everything and then you have no plan. You just talking about, let's just get out there on the farm and do this and that. I mean, I'm with the farm, but show me what we're going to do at the farm. How
wow. So you saying what we got here is better. Do you know this? You know this shit? What Mimi just said reminds me of Roots.
Oh, facts.
It reminds me of Roots.
Yeah, I was thinking Village.
Do you remember that scene when Kunta escaped from his plantation and went to go find the girl he met on the slave ship? Her name at the time was her African name. It was Fanta. He was like, I'm going to find Fanta. Ultimately, this led him to getting his foot chopped off because they caught his ass. When he caught up to Fanta on her plantation, he was like, hey, let's go. Let's escape. She said, escape to where? This ain't Africa. This is America. Escape to where? Where we gonna go? He said, I don't know where we gonna go. We just gonna leave here. She was like, nah, homie. And he calling her by her African name. Fanta, look, we got to roll. She said, I'm not Fanta no more. She said, I'm Maggie. You call me Maggie now. Now, she didn't mind giving him the pussy, but she told him, don't come in me. Because this womb is Massa's womb for his kids. She had totally bought into the corrupt system. And when he finally caught up to her, he was fucking heartbroken because in her mind, just like Mimi outlined, what we got here is better than the nothing you got, brother.
You know what?
Hey, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me.
We are gifted ones. We the gifted ones. We the gifted race. Like, we conquer anything, everything, every sport, everything.
But if we're afraid to let go, I'm just saying, if we're afraid to let go of what we think is valuable here,
but you know what?
Go deeper.
If you work hard for what you have, like, I consider myself a hard worker for what I have. It wasn't given to me. It was organically done. So if I'm working hard to achieve things in my lifetime, then any decision I make, I need to level it out and figure out if it's worth doing, even if I'm making the decision. So if I'm with a man, I still have to level out his decisions, because of his decisions, he may not be as witty as I think.
Right.
He might be a big dummy. Now, if he's a big dummy,
Dummy.
right? So if I'm following behind a big dummy, now I'm a big dummy.
Fucking up, right?
Here come two big dummies down the fucking street. She used to be smart till she found this nigga.
Well, no, let's break that down. Let's break that. Yeah, let's break that down because there are a lot of sisters with an understanding of the matrix, but then there are a lot of sisters who have no idea that they're operating within the matrix. What is the matrix, though? Right? The social construct of the do's and don'ts of how to survive and succeed in America. This is why we're asking the question, where is the female Ali? We're telling white people to give up white privilege in order to make this shit right, but we gotta also be willing to give up what we think is black success within this broken system. This is why not all of the NBA or not all of the NFL football players, the black ones, which make up 70% of the league, right, are standing up.
Right.
If all 70 stood up, first off, you got a league that's 70% black.
Right.
If everybody in the league said, "Nah, we're done."
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know that would cripple the NFL right now?
Hell yeah.
Cripple.
Right.
But because you got individuals on the same team, has the sister been conditioned to become an individual?
We need to read them contracts over instead of giving them to Jews. We need to read them.
That one guy, I can't remember.
That didn't answer my question though, Miss Liz.
Yeah, but it's so systematic, though.
Can we fight that?
We can fight it as a unity, but if they scared of
Being reprimanded,
yeah.
repercussions.
Your mama might die, your wife might die. We live in a society where, hell, they kill you out here.
That's what that one white supremacist said. He was like, "We'll kill if we have to."
Yeah.
And now they're feeling empowered because they have someone that's like, let's make America great again. And I know what that means, what they consider to be great.
Right.
Not great for us, great for them.
Right. Which corporation owned the NFL? Like, how many people on that list? Black.
Wow.
I just believe whatever you do, you come up with a plan. And that's just how I think.
Speak on it, Mimi.
Whatever it is you do, you better have you a plan. We not finna just go, hypothetically, go run in Mexico and we broke. What we finna do in Mexico? We broke.
Well, you do know you could buy an apartment building in Mexico for $4,000.
Right. That's why I gotta have the $4,000 to get there. But I'm saying if this person is broke and we both don't have anything, let's just say, because I'm leaving everything behind, then the plan must be in place. Okay, what we gonna do? Even if it's the hustle, we gonna sell grapes on the corner. I found where we can get the grapes. We gonna sell them. We gonna make this amount of money, and this week is gonna be that. Then we got a plan. I'm with that, but let's just have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan in this lifetime, man, come on now.
Agreed. I can agree with that. I can smoke a whole bag of that.
I got an exit plan.
But see, this is why I'm asking the question about the black female Ali. Ali took a loss. He took a loss. Did he not? Didn't even know how to feed his family at some point. So you had a bunch of male football players and basketball players, and a lot of people were, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, we're going to support Ali. My question is, sister, what are you willing to give up to become the black female Ali, the black female Jim Brown? And let me just say, there were sisters supporting Ali, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There were sisters behind the scenes supporting them. My question is, sisters, what y'all gonna do about the sisters that are more devoted to the oppressive system than they are to our people at large? What y'all gonna do about them?
Collectively?
Y'all gonna use sisterhood? You see how they divide y'all? Sisterhood and gender over race.
Feminist.
So who willing to give it up? Who willing to give it up?
The feminist. Oh yeah, I'm not messing. If it's having to do with someone who is not being the person they need to be, like Omarosa, I can't stand behind that. Whether she's a female, whether she's a black female, that's not something I stand behind. I stand behind truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that I stand behind what the real is. See, I'm not gonna
speak on it.
You could be a friend. It's making the most sense. I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, dude, I get what you're saying, but did you hear what they said? This, and that. I'm gonna keep it real with the person. A lot of times people say, oh, that's my best friend. I'm gonna go for what everything they say, and some of that's not the right shit they saying. You know what I'm saying? That's really control. You scared to keep it real because you under control. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I gotta keep it real because otherwise I can't even live right. Really, that don't make me happy. I feel uncomfortable in my own skin. If I care about you and I'm just sitting back, not saying what the real is.
But do you see, sisters, if we can't see that we're up against it, you got the leader of the free world coming out saying outright, there's good people on both sides. His words, you gotta understand, man, his words have divided the country. So now that it has divided the country, where does that put, understand this, sisters are 51% of the population of America.
Right.
Where's that put y'all? Whose side are y'all on?
I'm on my black man's side.
I'm black and I'm proud. So
I need to know.
I'd die for my man if I had one.
Give me the example here. No. Sisters are 51% of our population.
Right.
Of African Americans. Let me get that clear.
Right. But
well, let me ask this question. To you, what does a female Colin Kaepernick look like? How does she engage the system?
I feel like they're already in the system. In my opinion, I just feel like they're being low. They're not going to be as vocal because they're making moves silently so they can stay in the position that they are in, but doing things within the system to break, make a change. Because I feel like a lot of times with just black women in general, we're always labeled like the angry black women and stuff. So as soon as we already speaking something and it's like standing for something, it's like she
but
always
who are you angry to?
About,
Is it easier to be angry at your man, the brother? Because I think sisters take a lot of shit from white people and white men in particular because white men are in position of power. And sisters, as exemplified by Mimi, are not really trying to give up that space of comfort, especially if you've worked for it. We have to deal with that. Listen, if we want to get to another space, we got to be willing to let go of the space we earned. That hurts.
right, but the person has to be worth even thinking about.
Go deeper,
moving
Mimi.
to that space. I'm not leaving what I have, and you're not even worth. And I'm talking about how you treat me. I'm not talking about the financial side of it. I'm talking about you're not worth it because you don't treat me right. You have 4 or 5 bras on the side. You're real disrespectful. You come home when you want to come home. You do what you want to do. You're a little rude. You don't treat me like I feel like I need to be treated. So a person like that is not going to get my attention to say, hey, I'm going to just drop everything I have to go for that type of lifestyle. You're already treating me bad.
Right.
Now, if there's a man treating me like a queen and I'm his king and queen, we're together as a team, that's a different person.
Yes.
Now, me and that person as a team can go out and we can do the world.
And then sacrifice is okay.
Yes, sacrifice is just fine. I'm with it. I'm down for the cause. But you have to be that person and I have to be that person as well so that we can move forward.
I think Mimi brings up a great point. Not everybody is deserving of your cooperation and participation.
Right.
And a lot of times we often look at, well, this is for everybody. This is for our community. But I think our community got to do some healing, got to do some confronting, right? Like we got to confront mental illness, we got to confront religion, we got to confront beating each other up. in terms of judging each other, killing each other, disrespecting each other. We got to confront all of the shit we learned to do. See, because let me just say this. It's easy to say, oh, we learned this from the white man. We learned this from the white man. Okay, we know where we learned it from, but now how do we deal with it? Right? There's a lot of unforgiveness in the black community towards each other. So we got to reconcile all of that before a sister may look at her brother and say, oh, well, shit, he's worth me letting go of this system. That's
we got to learn how to use the white man, too, especially if they want to be used. Like, I know some Jews, like, right now, like, that's helping me, like, be a producer and director. Like, I'm doing big things in Hollywood because of one Jew, you know? And he owns his own studio. I ain't got to go to Universal yet. You know, I can do what I got to do here with my black people, you know? But we have to learn how to not manipulate, but do some business, you know? Because they know this systematic business, man. They know it. So we need to learn from them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
When you get involved and learn how they do everything, that's the way. That's to me. That's the key. It's like, yes, we don't want to be a part of it, but at some point we got to figure out. We have to educate ourselves, and I feel like it's just like finding having a mole or something, you know, getting there and see what they're doing, and figure out.
I learn from white people.
Exactly. Figure out what their game plan is.
I go to these jobs and I know how to do an adjustment because I work for a chiropractor. I learned how 3 different ways I can pop your back, you know, get that tension out your neck. You know, I'm a massage therapist.
You better not just be practicing chiropractics.
No, I'm not
I
practicing.
know you ain't killing it.
No, I don't know how to kill them. I never killed no babies either. I ain't no killer.
Oh, God. Do you think a female Kaepernick would be useful to our community? In what way?
Yes, I think because this person is female can speak to the others and give them wisdom and knowledge so that they can be strong and also move with the movement. But I really believe that there's people out there that do it. It's just their voices are not heard.
Right.
You know, there's kind of things. There's the West Anthony Task Force where it's the fire department, it's the police, it's the people in the community, it's the other what's going on in the community, how many shootings it was. They have the gang interventionists there. Now, see, there's a whole other problem because, see, then the police get mad at the gang interventionists because they feel like they're doing both sides of the fence. It's so much politics in being involved and stuff like that. It's not just being involved. There's the underlining secrets to it all. And what I mean by that is that, you know, you could be helping, but it's almost like if you're Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, they're not that level. But when you start learning certain things, you become a threat. Yeah. And when you become a threat, you become a target.
Right.
And when you become a target, then you know, that's a whole nother part of the game. You know, but I think people exist, they just don't come together like they need to. But Maxine Waters, she steps out, and I know that she goes to some of the task force meetings that I'm speaking of. They have one in Watts as well. It's the Watts Task Force meeting, and you know, there's various nonprofits that stand together to try to make a difference. And believe it or not, there are some police officers that attend these meetings. I'm not saying they're right or wrong because I got my own judgment on certain things like that, but I'm going to be real. They're there too, the ones that care and trying to make a difference. There's always, even though there's a bunch of bad people, for example, in your mind, there might be 1 or 2. So even though they're police officers, I'm saying they're trying to learn how to make a difference instead of hurting and killing our people. Because some people are out at a job and they were always bullied on, and they're at work antagonizing, hitting, hurting, killing other races. But then there's other people that really want to help the community, and they didn't come for that. And I like when I see someone standing up. And so I said that to say there's a few people that want to stand up. It needs to just be more.
I could smoke an entire bag of that.
I remember when I met Maxine Waters, she actually came to our school, my grade school called Samuel Gumpers in Chicago, Illinois.
Gumpers?
Yes, and I went to Jesse Owens and Samuel L. Gumpers and George Washington Carver. I went to several schools with black names, okay? And she came to visit. And you know, our school was really rough. Like, we had a very low budget and things like that. But the school was ran by black people, and it was really. I went to a really good school, but it had a little negativity. But she came in and she cleaned up. She gave them teachers more supplies or whatever they needed. As a superintendent at the time, she did a great job, and that was back in '90s and 2000s. Like, she was coming to the hood then. So I'm saying she like a Harriet Tubman to me.
But here's the thing. 85% of the African American church is made up of sisters. And a lot of the churches, a lot of the clergy from the black church were in alignment not only with Donald Trump, but also with George W. Bush. Sisters, are you supporting white supremacy? Ask yourself a question. You think it's a trick question, but it's really not. But ask yourself this question. It has been rumored that a lot of the creative ideas for legislation was coming from David Duke. But David Duke is created. That's why David Duke is like, hey, y'all running off of ideas and concepts that I put together. That's what he's saying to the RNC. Right? Okay. When y'all get those ideas filtered through your black pastors, this is why I say a lot of times sisters don't understand the society in which they're in. You guys are great team players inside of society, but you guys don't see the strings from the puppet master that's controlling your movements. So now, once you recognize the strings, you got to step up and be like, whoa, do I still support this system? Or do I cut the strings and run with my brother who is under attack from the system? What do we mean by under attack? Ezekiel Elliott?
No.
The woman came out and said, you're black. You gon' get in trouble if I say you beat me. That's gon' happen.
So that's definitely gonna happen.
Conscious white girls,
You gon' get in trouble if I say this. And look what happens. This is a microcosm of the system. First off, nigga, be happy that you made it to millionaire status in my system. Just be happy. Okay? Now, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right.
Black man.
Right.
Even though that's not how it's supposed to work.
So that's not how it's supposed to work, but that's how it worked for you.
Right. Exactly.
Because you shouldn't even have been around or associated with any trouble because I've made you a millionaire.
Right.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? White kicker from the Giants. What's the white kicker? Field goal kicker, punter, what's his name? Come on, sports dude. My engineer is a sports guy.
I don't like the
He came out and admitted, oh, I done beat my wife a gang of times.
Okay.
I done put motherfucking monkey paws and feet on her.
Damn.
And what happened? What's his name?
Josh Brown.
Josh Brown.
His last name.
Hey, how long was his suspension? Get that microphone and tell these people, sports guy, he got a sports show coming pretty soon.
I'm on there. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Because fucking Lil Juicy right here thinks she's some kind of sports buff.
Okay.
She thinks she know the game.
I do.
Miss Juicy, hey?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying, if the system is treating your man like that, when do sisters stop yelling, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, get your shit together, when there's obviously a concerted effort to hold a brother down? Mimi?
But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I have people come up to me and they say, hey, I want you to run my business. I want you to run up in there and talk to the people. I want you to do X, Y, and Z because they see that it can be easily done if I do it opposed to them doing it. Even though it's their baby, it's business, but they say, I want you to run it and I want you to spearhead it. Why? Because they say, when you go into the office, you're going to get approved. You're going to get everything we need. As a team, it's still their stuff, but they need me to be the man in front. I'm not a man, but they need to place me in front. A real smart person figures out who the key players are, and they play
Speak
chess.
on it. Speak
You know,
it.
just because he a man don't mean he needs to be the man to handle every single situation. He might be the best at certain things, and she's the best at other things. And wherever your greatest gifts are, those should be the areas you move in. Why would you use your weak man for a strong position in something one or the other one knows better? So I think
But don't you think it's a problem that sisters tend to use their personal experience as a blanket description for all brothers?
I think that's wrong.
So if you've gone through some shit, your girlfriend has gone through some shit. Mind you, this is all human and part of the human condition, because everybody gonna go through some shit. That because you guys have similar experiences, you come back and say, see, brothers ain't shit. Don't tell me the brothers ain't shit conversation isn't being had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right?
Yeah.
This is why I come back and say, well, wait a minute. I always call you guys out on the law of attraction. If black people in general are traumatized by racism, by Jim Crow, by slavery, by economic slavery, then how the fuck can we have a sane enough mind to be able to relate to each other in an intimate relationship? Not blaming white America. I'm just saying this is the byproduct of those institutional forms of abuse. So if we're both abused, how can you expect utopia out of interacting with each other?
Well, we need mentors. We need to stop pressing like and look up who invented the like button.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
We need to be our own destiny. Like you need to like literally get some piece of paper and say, hey, I'm gonna be the baddest bitch today. You know?
Wow, I like it. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, we control this shit. We don't need Trump approval.
Uh-oh.
Okay?
Oh, here we go.
No.
Off the rails. Yeah, I can feel it coming. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Let me see what happens. She's starting to get shaky.
Oh, shit.
No, we just need to, you know, we women, we gotta do better. I have to say.
And I'm not saying it's sister's fault.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
not at all.
It's
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm saying you have to have a broader perspective of the world. A lot of times, sisters' world is based on what y'all build.
Yeah.
Y'all builders.
Yeah. We also create through our womb too. Like
Well, yeah, that's called
a lot
pregnancy.
of women. Yes, but a lot of people have abortions.
Oh,
So what about
say
that
more.
energy?
Are we creating
What
death?
about
Is that what you're
energy?
telling us?
Yes,
Go deeper.
The spirit of death is real. Like a lot of people have to be sacrificed. Like back in the day, people. I had a.
Okay, let's
from,
grab her. Somebody grab her.
No. Back in the day, people literally, kids and babies were sacrificed. Things were sacrificed. Isaac was sacrificed, almost sacrificed by his dad, Abraham. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You cook. Cooking was a way of sacrifice. Now we cook now,
What?
right?
What? Okay.
Right.
You kill animals?
Yeah.
Keep going.
That's right. Come on, follow me. I'm very conscious.
I'm trying.
I get it.
Somebody said, no, stay on topic.
Right.
No.
Okay, but like,
Down the rabbit hole.
Okay. The woman, I just have to say this because I'm accountable. I should have done better to build my exes up. You know, and some of them I did build up because some of them about to get married. So what we need to do, we need to figure out who we are first. And what we need to work with ourselves first and be accountable. Yeah, I have flaws. Yeah. Hell yeah. Are you willing to fuck with them or not? You know, and let's build.
I can smoke a man.
And you ain't got to be my motherfucking husband. You can be my homie. How about we get hashtag homie? Okay? Going.
Wow, here we go. Yeah.
Hashtag homie.
And there we are.
Hashtag.
Hashtag homie.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm your homie. Love a friend.
No, I just think I and like I said, I'm not blaming sisters. Sisters are built. Women are builders. Yes. I heard Dr. John Gray say this, right? And I thought it was amazing. He was like, oxytocin is bonding, right? And then what's the other female hormone? You guys ready? Y'all know the other female hormone. Estrogen is building. Oh, yeah. He said that's the nesting hormone. Thank you for the $10 donation, TJ. We appreciate it. Super chat, YouTube, hit that super chat, support the movement. Thank you so much. Estrogen is building. It's nesting, right? So if I give you subpar material to build, the sister's still going to build. She's still going to build something, regardless of the quality of what has been presented to her. She's still going to build. And destroy. So sisters want to build. Brothers have to figure out a way to upgrade the quality of material that we give sisters. You know what material sisters is using to build right now? We always talk about narrative. I ask sisters, where did your beliefs come from for a relationship? Once you find out where those beliefs come from relationship, it comes from broken homes, dysfunctional families, dysfunctional relationships. It comes from equity theory. What is equity theory? Oh yeah, an economist came along and created relationship concepts. Equity theory. Right? It created something called CLs. You know what CL stands for? Comparison levels. Now, your big mama could tell you on a spiritual level, anybody that's comparing is low-key envious. Wow. So there is some evil shit built in the system that got you looking over somebody's shoulder going, we could do better. We falling off because we ain't got what they got. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got some beans in the doggone closet. In the storage. In our
some
kitchen.
Beans?
Yeah, everybody keep some beans. I got beans. Or some rice. Knock on your neighbor door and give them some rice. I bet, and have a conversation with your neighbor.
Help us, Lord.
No, we selfish. We selfish. We got.
But see, this is why I asked the question: how do y'all feel about Omarosa? Because think about it.
Business.
You got a lot of sisters that are supporting the system. Yeah. And all I'm trying to bring to this conversation is, do you know what the system is? Do you know what the system does to you?
But she manifests that position, y'all. We gotta, I don't know. Some people, they dream about running for president and they become the president, she wanted to do this. Even though her position is fucked up, but, she manifested.
But again, like I said, I don't really blame her because her position is secure.
Right.
And that's what women want, is security.
They want their power like men.
No, a woman is cool without power, just long as she's secure.
She's like, y'all not gonna fuck with me if I'm cool with y'all, right? That's pretty much what it is.
Some of them, when they get that power, it's over. But I know a lot of women in power. My supervisor, she had power.
Let me get some callers in here. Yo, caller! You're on the line. What's your name? Wait, take it easy. Let me bring you in. You ready? You want to turn your life down? The whole life. Turn all of your life down. There you go. This is Zoe. Who are you? We live right now. You out here tripping.
What's up?
What's happening, man? What's happening? Talk to me.
Thank you.
It really comes down to the point where you look at how the system has kind of been set up to where the black man has been subjugated and not now for so many years. It's been generational, and so we really got to look at the impact of that, Zoe, because when it comes out, we got daughters that never been with a man. They don't know how to talk to a man. They don't know what it means. They don't know how it means to have a dude be nice to them. They don't even understand a compliment. When you open the door for some of these chicks, they do not understand it. They will just go in the room and be like, "Oh, I expect it," and so it's really insidious. You know what I'm saying? It really is something that really needs to be looked at, because when you look at it from a girl's perspective, if they don't have a father in the house, we have all those different issues. And when you get to college, or you get to wherever, or even people in their 30s and 40s, there's problems in dealing with. There's insufficiencies or whatever, dealing with somebody that has not had those experiences. But then on top of that, you look at the little boys as they've grown up, how the system's set up. Man's not in the house, so you're raised with the woman and the grandma and whoever and whatever. So there's some dangers and things like that, and so you can't teach a man how to be a man when you're not a man. So those kind of things. That's been generational. And like I said, when I saw Miss Lips last week when she was on there, and I YouTube, and I saw she was being real. She's always real when she comes on the spot, and she was like, "Look, I want more love and hugs and kisses and stuff like that with my man because I didn't have a dad around." That's real. That's real stuff.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, King.
Yeah, no question. So we have to realize what they have done in order to kind of put the division there. And so it's our job to kind of realize that. Got to realize that.
All right, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Listen, because go ahead, brother. Finish. Say what you're saying. Okay, listen. For the type in www.dashradio.com/talk. Mute the audio on the video and listen to the audio from the radio. You'll hear everything crystal clear. All right? Okay? The show is free, by the way, but the complaints cost. 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial if you're just tuning in to the Voice of Reason on Dash Radio. Friday night, hot topic. We want to know what the black woman thinks of race in America. We want to know what you think about race in America.
I'm tired of it.
Eesh.
It's alive and well.
We want to think about it. We want to know. We want to know.
It's mercury grade.
A deeper look at what sisters thinks of race and class in America. We want to know. Where is the black female Muhammad Ali? Where's the black female Colin Kaepernick?
Oh, that's a superwoman.
Right? What is the black woman's definition of a social sellout? Has she been conditioned to be a social sellout? Is she so invested in safety, certainty, and security that the system of oppression seems a better deal than to go it alone with her man, the black man, who's under siege? The system taught him to disrespect her. The system taught him to disrespect himself. But the system taught her to tolerate this disrespect for a check and status. Who wants to talk? Who wants to deal with the truth? I don't know all the answers. I have no idea. I need to hear from women.
Women call in, please.
What's your definition of beauty? Did you get it from racism? I know a lot of sisters who can't go outside without foundation. Neck be a whole nother color.
Looking nasty.
Just neck is another color altogether. 323-230. 4610.
Hey, it's another lady up under there.
Lady.
Sisters, which race of men have made you feel the lowest in your entire life? The black man or white supremacist?
Single still, it's crazy.
Gosh. Ladies, sisters, what do you think? As a whole, what do you guys think as a community? I want to hear from the AKAs.
Oh.
Right? What's the other ones?
Delta.
The Deltas.
You said the best one first. I'm playing.
The Zetas, right?
Sigma, SG Rolls.
I want to hear from sisters from all walks of life. I want to hear from Crip sisters. See, Rip. I want to hear from Soup Whoop. I want to hear from some motherfucking Blood sisters. I want to hear from sisters from all walks of life. Professionals, lawyers, doctors, strippers. I want to know, what do y'all think of Omarosa collectively? And we want to know what the black woman thinks about race in America.
Are you having racism on your job?
I want to know what y'all think. Right. Callers, the phone lines are open. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Yeah, we here. Talk to us.
What's up?
You gotta turn his radio.
He can go. Just go ahead and speak on it. Wait, hold on. Hey, hold on before you get going. You in a rainstorm. You need to get somewhere really clear so we can hear you, because we can barely hear you. Okay. It sounds like you're calling from the eye of the storm.
Caller in the jungle.
You at work? All right, we gonna try to hear you one more again. Hopefully you'll come through clear. Here we go. Go.
Talk about Beyonce. Talk about the black movement. She's on that. That's the way. That's what all the sisters gonna follow. She's talking about taking her black man to the left and all that. That's the trend that you guys follow. So the black woman or the black meat Kaepernick is Beyonce. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Colin Kaepernick, or the female Colin Kaepernick, is Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying she has the power and the influence to do that. And a lot of her music has shifted to more, not radical, but more, socially conscious stuff. And I think that's dope.
Yeah, Solange is. You say Solange, Beyonce. I'm like, man, I want to take both of them to brunch.
Of course you do.
I want to be in a picture. I want to be Instagram out.
No, but I think Beyonce has an excellent opportunity to stand up and lead sisters in a way, because listen, if Beyonce cuts her hair, sisters cut their hair. If Beyonce get braids, sisters get braids.
Right.
If Beyonce start pop locking and doing the centipede down the block, sisters are doing the centipede down the block. I'm just saying, she has the power. She has the power. So if Beyonce stood up the way Colin stood up, first off, it's harder to disrespect. See, with a brother, it's like, fuck you, nigga. You do know that, nigga, this is your Disneyland. Making it to the NFL is your Disneyland.
It's a lot of gay women.
No, hear what I'm saying before you take it to another space. Okay. When I say it's your Disneyland, what I'm saying is, nigga, it's a fairy tale for you to be rich in America. So, I get to treat you any kind of way. I get to make it hard for you to get here. So when you get here, you know who helped you get here. You've already bent the knee, right? You've already submitted to me. That's how they treat brothers in sports. Nigga, don't forget, nigga, you're just a modern day gladiator, my nigga. Right? You're a modern day gladiator. You're entertainment. Run up and down the court and dunk on people at the level and be good.
Top level.
Motherfuckers wash in and out all the time. So, You earned it. Oh, man. My homeboy Adrian Ross used to play for the Bengals. He said, first off, they done taught these kids the reverse going into college. They made them think the college is the big deal. You getting an offer and going to college, that's a big, oh my God, I'm at UCLA. Oh my God, I'm at Kentucky. Oh my God, I'm at Auburn. Oh my God, I made it. No, they made it. You're the talent. They devalue you to make you feel like you made it getting to them. But if all the black talent were to go to this boy's school, say all the talent, the Lonzo Balls, the New Williams, all these guys said, fuck Auburn, fuck UCLA, fuck that. Let's go to Howard. Mm-hmm. That would shift the whole game. Mm-hmm. Right? So they treating you like, nigga, be happy you made it. Man, can you imagine if Beyonce were to stand up and do... You know who did it? You know who did it before? And she did it at a time where not a lot of shit was cracking the way it's cracking now. But you know who did it? Janet Jackson. That album, Rhythm Nation.
Yes.
That whole album, go back and get that Janet Jackson album. That whole album, bass and color and finance and money. She was talking about all that. Rhythm Nation. Imagine if Beyonce is working on a modern day Rhythm Nation.
No.
Where she shuts down the whole government and their disrespect of black people. First off, ain't nothing in America y'all do that we didn't create, that we don't make fresh, that we don't make dope, that we don't make meaningful. There's nothing y'all can do. Y'all can listen to y'all kind of music and produce y'all kind of records, but without our seasoning, without our spice, y'all don't have flavor in this life.
Right.
You understand? Imagine if Beyonce stood up and took the female Ali mantle. 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? What's happening, Big D? Out of Dallas? Speak on it.
First and foremost, thank y'all for having this show. Share your work you're doing in the community, though. Keep it up. In the aspect of our sisters who, what they think about class and racism, it's simple. They like to be secure, and they don't really care where that security comes from because they've been beat down so long, they're willing to settle. It's just like with the 3-on-3 versus the NBA. They need to be willing to give up a little bit, make a little less money, have a much bigger influence, right? They're number 2 in the schools in the United States, but I've heard you say several times, though, it doesn't reflect in the uprising of the community, or number 1 in the schools here. It doesn't reflect in our communities, though, as far as, a higher quality of life, so. It's the same thing with the Issa Rae thing. They like having some access to things that make them feel good. We don't make our women feel good. We put our women and remind them that this shit is a struggle. That's why they try to get away from it.
Hey, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I know you got more. Keep going. Man, thank you so much for the call, man. I appreciate that. That motherfucker dropped bombs.
Right.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. What's happening, Pim? Where you calling from? D Nice from Shy TZ. What's the dealie?
Talk about this situation because it's been on my mind for a long time, and it kind of goes back to the conversation that you had last week about the strong black woman. And I listened to some of the comments from the panelists that are in studio, and it kind of bothers me when I hear a caveat whenever a woman is posed with the question of what are you willing to sacrifice for the black community with the black man, and he always has to have something coming to the table. It's never sacrificing for the race or the community itself. I mean, we are people who are bereft of a lot of things, but spirituality isn't one of them. And I believe that in this society that we're living in, and as harsh as it is to say, we're dealing with a bunch of women who are a bunch of unrealized bed wenches. And with the amount of power black women possess within this community and within this world, within this structure of corporate America, you're talking about, empowering each other. We don't get that from our black women. And there's a lot of back and forth going on when it goes to what black women bring to the table, what black men bring to the table. But we're dealing with a generation that lost. We're dealing with a generation that's unwilling to sacrifice for the generations to come, like the civil rights movement did. They didn't benefit from any of those things that we benefit from now. But there's not anybody or any group of people that's willing to make those sacrifices so that 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, we got a generation of people or black people benefiting from what we sacrifice for now. And one last thing, everybody wants to benefit from whatever sacrifices are being made, but nobody wants to sit back and cook up the thing that makes the thing work. We talk about all these things of what a black woman should have or how they should look, and all that shit is bullshit. We have to make sacrifices to where we're not gaining anything from it in this life, but 20, 30 years from now, those are the generations that will benefit from what we do today. That's all I got.
Wow. Go ahead, Lil Juicy.
I feel like the problem is, like, back then, I feel like we didn't have a lot of access to much. Like, we weren't in these positions. So now that we've got a taste of what it is, everybody wants to achieve that. So no one wants to take a step back and sacrifice. And then people don't have hope. We're in the time of now, and I need this, I want this. They don't want to wait. First of all, hold up.
Who is that?
The caller.
Oh, that's D-Nice. He's still there?
Why? I'm agreeing with you.
That rhetoric that comes in the church, that comes within politics, but you're talking about something that you bought into for 8 years, and then you turn around and say, oh, we don't have it. But you bought into the whole, coming from the black figurehead that was in the White House.
Wow. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks again.
With your chest.
He did say it with his chest. He pissed off. Hell. Hey, thanks for the call, man. We appreciate it. Lil Juicy, finish your thought.
Sorry, I was agreeing with them, but I just feel like that's the reason why, no one wants to make sacrifices. You know what I mean? Because of that aspect. And I just feel like it's an easy way out to just, to be an Omarosa. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like a lot of people they're not thinking about how you said 20, 30 years down the road, right. How our ancestors did, and they made those sacrifices and all those marches and everything. They were doing that for us, just for us to go turn right back around on them and just give in and not stand up for what's right.
Right, and the crazy thing is the only female voices we're hearing on this show is y'all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's females who are listening to this show. There's females in the chat room. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Mm-hmm. They don't want to take no responsibility. Right? So again, you think, okay, it makes sense for a man to rise up, but I think it makes sense for a man and a woman to rise up. Right?
I agree.
I think it makes sense for men and women to rise up, for men and women to stand in solidarity to say, yo, this is not cool. This is not cool, and we don't agree with it, and we're not down with it as a team.
Right.
Now, I believe American success and the pursuit of it has made black men and black women opponents.
I was just about to say that we don't know how to work together. We're always in competition. Like, why can't we be unified?
Savages.
Right? Phone lines is lit. Get to the phone lines. 323-230-4610. Caller, you're on the phone. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. There we go. A female. I asked. Ask and ye shall receive.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Hold it a vocal shot. All right, what's up, Emerald?
I'd like to address the beauty issue that came up. So, with me, I'm from the South. I was born and raised in Mississippi. I would be what you would consider light-skinned. My mom, people consider her high yellow. I have a sister, they consider her high yellow. Like, we're all really bright. But my mom is the baby in her family. She has older siblings that are much, much darker than the rest of us. So it's kind of like 50-50. But for me, beauty is about the person. It's not just looks what you look like on the outside. That's easy to see. And I get what the real issue is, that while we're having this conversation, from what we see in media, what tends to be pushed to the forefront, what is advertised, what is marketed as this looks better than this. And I don't know, I can't tell you where that comes from, but I know as far as the culture that I grew up in the South, it was a thing. So that's a long history of some other stuff that we all have to come together and talk about and deal with in order to get past it. We'll never get past why we have these stereotypes of, oh, she light skinned, she cute, she bad, or whatever, or oh, she dark skinned, she black, she crusty, she gonna give me problems, or whatever, or I don't want her, so whatever that is. We have to come to an agreement and actually have that uncomfortable conversation and say, well, this is how we got here. And there's a lot of people that they're not ready to have that conversation.
Man, I could smoke a bag of that. I thank you for being the first sister to reach out to us. Yeah. And right on cue, thank you so much, Emerald from Mississippi. Listen, if you want to bring your people into the building, call us right now, 323-230-4610.
Love the South.
I will say this. Sisters, are you willing to be broke? Oh, look, you letting her go? Okay, cool. Is this Emerald still? No. Oh, this is another sister. Who is this? Oh, hold on. Who is this?
Hey.
Where you calling from? Hey. Business. This sister creates jewelry out of copper and silver. And when I say, I done seen a lot of people do this before, and it be looking janky. No, it be looking janky. Like, no. But she Virgo. Earrings.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm telling you, she got like some super fly shit. Like it's really lit. Uniquely wired M, the letter M.com. Uniquelywiredm.com. If you don't, Erykah Badu rocking some of her shit. She got like celebrities rocking her stuff. Her shit is lit. So, thank you for calling the show. What's up?
Hey, girl.
Little buttons. We need to just, like, it needs to be just a big old red button somewhere. Just press the reset, and we need to start, like, channeling and getting back to nature through meditating, because there's messages waiting for us through our ancestors. And I think that we forget that they went through something, and right now what we're going through is pretty much what they've lived through. And because of us probably not even paying attention subconsciously, this is also why we are where we are right now when it comes to relationships. What a man is, what a woman is, you know, who our enemies really are. Because we do point the finger a lot, and we do have a lot of issues that are beyond us. But sometimes to not even think about that off of just like, in that moment, we have to like off of this reaction, so people just like to react. We really need to take a step back and like breathe. Get back into, even if you stand outside, our feet on the ground, just breathe. From there, just take in the air, meditate. And then when you do that, I come to find out that you hear something. And it might not sound like something you're familiar with, but that's your people talking to you. And it's what you're supposed to be doing, because in the end, we have everything we need within us, but we're not there yet to activate it.
Yeah, I can smoke a bag of that.
That's right.
That's it. And we on deck with that.
I got some sage in my purse.
That's Mashari.
I don't know, when it comes to dealing with Mother Nature, off the strength of the jewelry I make, or me and my partner make, we tend to put our energy in what our ancestors did. Now, we know they work with their hands, you know, so jewelry, of course, I want to make sure people feel what I put into it. You don't know a Mary Kay. You don't know Pandora, do you? I just know factory. That smells like factory to me. I don't know if you know the actual person who made those charms, do you? You know, and people don't think of that. So to hear someone made something handmade, sometimes that's even taken as, that's cheap, that's nothing. But really, that's actually where it all began. Our people made stuff by hand. So let's get back to that natural way of being, and we'll find the answers to what we are questioning right now.
No, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much, Mashari, for reaching out to us. I just gave Mimi your earrings.
Yes, I've been trying to sneak in there and say thank you without going on top of everybody, but thank you so much. They are absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, stunning. If you made these with your hands, you have some talented
No, she's ridiculous.
hands.
She's ridiculous.
Creativity is in the building.
She be making crowns. I told her to make some crowns for the rest of you guys. Like it's like, you know those little hair things where you hold your hair up?
Egyptian stuff? Yeah.
Oh, what's that shit? I don't know what y'all call them, a headband or some shit like that. Yeah. But she's got copper versions of those with crystals in it. And it looks like a fucking crown. Oh. It's really ridiculous. Oh, wow. And like I said, she's not like the bootleg nigga on the corner who's doing this. Like, her shit is another level. Like, them glasses she makes, I saw Erykah Badu in some of them. Nice. They real sick. Oh, uniquelywwiredm.com.
Yeah, check
I mean,
her out.
Look, let me see. She's on my website. She's on my community empowerment page on my website. You gotta see. Her shit is lit.
I need a garter belt.
No.
No? Okay.
A wired garter belt. Some chain.
His lips be tripping. I need a garter belt.
You got a body belt? Shit.
Let me see. Where's she at?
Oh, yeah, I like body belts.
I do too.
Uniquely wired. Where is it? I'm looking. There it is. Look. See those shades? Those glasses? Her shit is wild.
Oh, yeah. That's hot.
Like, see, that's the hair piece I was talking about. Okay. Like, her shit is not a game. Like, I seen some people, they should be looking a little like, come on, man. You at the YMCA, you at the boys club, you know, doing some corny shit. Her shit is fly.
I see her. That's right. Thank you again. I love it.
Yes. Thank you for calling, Miss Shari. Yes, beautiful. We got callers on the line. Caller! What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller? Boost Mobile. All right, what's happening, pimp? What's the word? Word, be more.
I ain't from Baltimore. I'm gonna be nice, but
be more.
What's up?
Little Juicy, don't run from him, Little Juicy. He from your side of town.
From Baltimore.
How far is Baltimore from where you from? An hour? 60 minutes to get you, Little Juicy.
You don't want this. You don't want this argument. Don't stay on time.
Supposed to love y'all from
It's fine.
Get that number.
Don't
No,
worry,
I'm
homie.
okay.
I got your back. I'm gonna set it up for you.
Thank you for the talking to me.
Awesome discussion, man. Something that I shared with brothers and sisters we discussed here. For me, brother, I'm not getting in no relationship with no sister that's not recognizing racism that's against us. Period.
Wow, wow. Yes, man. Hey, say more. Say more. Go deeper. Let's go.
So I share with brothers as well, man. Like, if you're not setting yourself, basically you're setting yourself up for failure as a so-called black man out here. You set yourself up for failure if you're with a sister and y'all don't discuss racism, a part of your relationship, a part of your growth. If you're not discussing that, you're saying, yo, hey, you're going to work, I'm going to work. I can go right outside, man, and get straight hit up by the police. I can be dead out here, easy. And I'm not discussing that with you. Tactics that we can use, things, how to combat this game that we're in. And then with sisters, like, and in the household, let me go to this real quick. In the household, we need a set of principles, right? When we go to work, especially sisters that, now.
This is not. First off, the safest, surest bet is not masculine. I need y'all to understand that. The safest, surest bet is not masculine. Because men, real masculinity, we jumping out there whether the net is set up or not. That's masculinity. That's how we know we're alive. That's how we know we're men.
Y'all look good, y'all all white t-shirts.
Oh shit, okay. And then that part came in. Okay, thank you, good brother, for the call. We appreciate it, man. Damn. I love it, man. This shit is fire.
That's right.
This shit is fire right now. We want to know what the black woman thinks about class and racism. Is she willing to give up the fact that she's the #1 educated gender in America? Is she willing to give up her new status as Miss Boss Lady, Miss Independent, Miss Boss Bitch, Miss I can take care of myself? I know it's new. I know it's new to you. You're a Renaissance woman. I know it's new. Being a Renaissance woman, I know it's all brand new. Are you willing to give it up for your man? What do you think about racism? What do you think about Omarosa? What do you think about the black clergy, the clergy that's been down with Donald Trump? What do you think about that shit?
I'm ready to build and fight.
Huh? What do you think about mass incarceration? Your man is in there at a 50% clip. Do you give a fuck? Where is the female Kaepernick? Where is the female Ali who stands up and says, it's too many of my brothers in jail, fuck y'all?
My question is, do you think that a female, we need one? Do you think that's going to make a big of a difference? Because people listen to men more than
Listen,
women.
if Beyonce stood up and gangbanged for mass incarceration, you think people wouldn't listen?
I didn't say they were.
I'm just saying.
To give the change that you're talking about. And my whole thing is, another thing that was brought to my attention was...
You want me to do it? You want me to do it?
Do what?
Say hi. Go ahead, finish your thought.
That black people can stand up all they want to, but it's like no real change is gonna happen unless these white people in power start saying something. These white influencers, like you're talking about these black influencers. There's someone was saying how we can always do that, but it's really not gonna. People are gonna listen once their kind is saying it to them. Like, yo, we're kind of bugging. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I was thought about.
No, I agree. I agree.
Lady Gaga was like, how can we, the non-racist white people, help you?
Give up white privilege.
Exactly. But they not about to do that.
But the Klan wear Jordans anyway. They got Jordans.
You know what?
They do. The Klan wear Jordans and Puma and lacrosse. Them all black people stuff.
She ain't lying though. Lacrosse is a black man French tennis player.
Right.
She ain't lying.
I'm smart as motherfucker. Fuck with me, man. Y'all snoozing. Fuck y'all.
Oh,
if
shit.
you don't stop, God damn it, if you don't quit.
God, snoozing. That's
Nah, but she brought up a great point.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's hypocritical to ask whites to give up white privilege if the sister who is in a special position won't give up what she got. If Michelle Obama and Beyonce and Riri and Nicki Minaj and what's you mentioned her earlier, Maxine Waters, just formed the female super friends and said we gon' bang on mass incarceration of black men. You telling me the world wouldn't listen? Condoleezza Rice. Go get all of the superstars of femininity. Oprah, Debbie Allen, Felicia Rashad. Everybody just came through like, hell nah. Y'all doing our men wrong and fuck you for it. And we ain't down with you.
Yeah. Erica Badu with the soundtrack.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why I'm asking. Sisters, we want to know what you think about race in America. What are you going to do? Yes. Somebody said, oh, well, the black man got to be the leader. The black man got to lead. Let's not act like black women don't lead.
Right.
Ancient Egypt, Hatshepsut. She was the first female pharaoh running ancient Kemet. Now, they hated on her later and destroyed all of her shit. But she was the motherfucker. Oh, what about Akhenaten's mother, Queen Tai from Nubia? We already know Nubia is black. We know that. She was the regent pharaoh until he grew up and was old enough to take the throne. Let's not act like black women can't lead. Because a lot of times you'll get black women go, oh, that's imbalanced. The man got to lead. No. It depends on what culture you're talking about. In ancient Egypt, the sister was co-regent. You can't have king without queen. Co-regent. So now, sisters in power reflect white supremacy. Because it is this system of white supremacy, whether it's education, philosophy, finance. It's the system of white supremacy that defines your goals. Your goals are goals based off of a construct that they built. Take their construct away. Would your aspirations be goals then? Would it be something to go after? Look at your relationship. Oh, romance. The antics of the Romans. Well, I want to be a baller. You mean wealthy, like whites? There's no aspect of life that you live, that you aspire for, that they're not in control of.
Right.
So until sisters step back and go, well, hey, hold on, fuck that. You asking white people to give up white privilege. What you willing to give up? What's your thoughts, sisters? We want to know what you think about blacks.
They tied.
We want to know what you think about racism in America.
Can I also throw Stacey Dash in there? She need to be exiled too.
Stacey, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Raven Simone.
Right. Like it's a few of them.
Do you see what I mean? But do you see what I mean? I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
They're
but,
sellouts.
But do you see what I mean? No, they're not sellouts. No. They're buy-ins.
Yeah.
They bought into the system.
They're the Matrix.
Cool Mo D, I gotta say this again. Cool Mo D broke that shit down the most. He said, black women are sipping on a blue pill Slurpee.
Love
it. Morpheus offered you the red or the blue pill. He said black women are sipping on a blue pill Slurpee. They have bought into the Matrix.
Yeah.
Modi broke that shit down to me. I had never saw it that way. And now when I see that movie, I can't. Whenever it comes on, regardless of where it's at in the film, I always watch it.
Yep.
But that scene where they're in the construct of the Matrix and Morpheus is walking through saying, hey, man, and they're walking and you see this white lady walk by in a red dress, the woman in the red dress. And then Neo turns and looks at the woman. And then Morpheus is like, oh, what were you doing? You looking at that woman? He said, look again. When he turned back, the woman was an agent. And he explained, everybody in the Matrix can be walked into by an agent. So everybody by default is an agent because they're hooked up to the Matrix. So when you get a sister who's hooked up to the Matrix of white supremacy, when you get a sister that's hooked up to the rules of this society, she don't know she's an agent by default. Woo. Then he said, watch what happens in The Matrix Part 2. Revolutions. Not Revolutions, that's Part 3. Reloaded. Neo is having a dream, right, of Trinity falling. So he comes to the point where he goes through the movie, has a conversation with the architect, and he makes a decision. Either I'm going to go save Zion or I'm going to go save Trinity. He said, all right, I'm going to go save Trinity. Fuck Zion. He didn't say fuck Zion, but he was like, I'm going to get Trinity. That's my woman. He goes and saves Trinity and pulls the motherfucking bullet out of her that she gets shot because she came into the Matrix to help him. He saves her, brings her back to life. What brought her back to life? Unconditional love. It exists outside of the Matrix. That's why you motherfuckers is running around with prerequisites that were created by the Matrix. Oh, he got to have a good job. Oh, he got to make as much as I do or more than I do. Oh, he has to have equal or better education than me. Wait a minute. The Matrix is designed to fucking put this nigga in jail. How are your expectations for him based on the rules of the Matrix when he is an enemy of the Matrix? Well, go back. Public enemy number one. Who the fuck was public enemy naming them? They said the black man is public enemy number one.
Facts. That's true.
So Neo saves the girl. They got unconditional love. They actually live in Zion, which is outside the Matrix. Anybody inside the Matrix is potentially an agent. Do you see that movie?
Yeah.
So when we talking to the sisters, what are your thoughts on racism in America? You can't ask white people to give up white privilege and you won't give up the gains you've made in this corrupt system? I'm asking y'all, what do y'all think? 323-230-4610. That's the number to dial. 323-230-4610. I want to hear from ladies. Ladies, what do you think? I'm not blaming you. I love you. I love you, God. I love you. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Mimi, speak on it.
Well, I believe racism is alive and well. We deal with it on a regular basis. I mean, and ever since Donald Trump has gotten in office, things have gone to another level, like with a magnifying glass. Basically, people that had even any form of racism is expanded within them. They feel privileged. They feel honored. They feel like they're better than everyone else. But at the same time, I don't expect them to give up their white privileges. Why? Because they're not. I mean, the only thing that a white person I think would do would say, oh, well, you guys deserve some rights as well. They're not going to give up their privileges. The way the system is set up, there's no way in the world that that would happen. The system is set up for them to be more successful. They have secrets that we don't even know about, that we don't even take the time to read a book to learn about. So therefore, it puts us at a disadvantage, you know. And then on the flip side, you know, as we were talking about earlier, I just wanted to chime in on it. You know, when we talk about would you leave your job or would you leave somewhere for a man? Now, I've done that in my life, and I'm going to give you what happened to me. So I did that for someone. I was working at 20th Century Fox, to be exact. I worked in human resources. I hired and I fired. And I was dating someone who started a nonprofit. And that's how I got to know Maxine Waters and all those people I just mentioned a minute ago. And I started running his nonprofit for him. And then he needed me there more. So then I left my job to pursue his career and build up this nonprofit. So now I make this change. I do it. He ends up getting set up by the police about this big old deal. He goes to jail facing life in prison.
Oh, wow.
I even help him. I can show you documents to prove it.
You ain't got to.
Okay, but I'm just telling you. So he's facing life in prison. He's being set up by a friend of his. Okay? Long story short, I get some documents. We do these pickets. We run up and down the street. We do this and that. And I end up getting him out of jail. I bring something to one of his attorneys. He had 2 attorneys. And the police really had some secrets. Long story short, I got a piece of the secret. I gave it to the attorney. He ended up getting out of jail, him and 5 other men.
That's right.
When he got out of jail, me and him was tight as thieves, you know what I mean? That's my boy. And when I say thieves, I mean couldn't nothing keep us apart. You feel me? I'm not saying I'm a thief, but I was down with him. But as time went on, I guess he got a little comfortable. I don't know what it is, but when he passed away, I found out it was other things going on. So now, I'm bringing this to your attention. I changed my life. I left my good job. You know what I'm saying? And here, as I tell you the rest of the story, it was not a happy ever after. It wasn't a happy ending. It was actually turmoil. So I said all that to say it's good to stand by people, but that's why you have to know when God wants you to do it. But you know, God wanted me to do that because he deserved to be out of jail. There's a time and a season for everything, so I realize that. But what I am saying is you don't know where the end of the story is going to end up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality.
Right, and that's the natural... That's the...
Pray for you, girl.
Right, but that's the natural get down. That's the natural get down for relationships. We don't know where the relationships are going to end. I keep trying to tell people relationships are not transactional. Relationships are not love bank accounts.
Right.
Like, the interest is not growing that way. You know, I've invested in you, and there's interest, and I want the return on my investment. It don't work like that. You understand? Spirituality, relationships are more spiritual than they are transactional, than they are linear. Exactly. And this is why I tell men, this is why we miss a lot with regards to who we're dating. Because women have this spiritual essence about themselves, whether it's developed or not. There's a depth to women that men typically don't understand. And at the end of the day, if you don't know who you're dealing with because you don't know yourself, you're going to put yourself in a situation to learn a hard lesson, right? I'd rather learn via insight than hindsight. See, hindsight, you got to go through some bullshit in order to get the understanding. Insight is to be able to look at a situation and go, oh, I see. But see, it's hard to see what you don't recognize.
Exactly.
So some of your relationships are going to be hindsighters, and then some of them are going to be insiders. You tend to get more insight when you're young, but are an excellent listener and observer of older people around you. Like if you've got a big mama, right? If you have wisdom in your family, go sup at the table of wisdom and soak it all in. You can't soak in the experience, but you can damn sure soak in their insight. Yeah. A lot of times when we young and dumb, and we just want to experience on our own. We don't want no guide rails. We don't want no training wheels of wisdom. We just want to do shit on our own and touch it and feel it ourselves. We want to get burnt. But what Mimi is explaining is the natural flow of relationships. What I'm talking about is the social layer on top of it. Yeah. Ageism, racism, sexism, classism. If you think because you got a degree from college that you're somehow better than, you're not aware of the filters that society is filtered through. Most sisters don't even know. Listen to this. Most sisters with degrees don't know that an uneducated sister is worth more money than her.
Yep.
Big joker.
Right here, make $50 an hour.
I'm sorry now. I just, hold on. You running around here thinking you better than niggas. You got all kind of debt. You got credit cards. You got all type of shit. Revolving debt in your life. You looking for a dude to make as much money as you or more so he can take some of the weight off of you or the shit you've accumulated. Do you understand the hustle here? The average single mother is worth $5.
Huh?
The average educated sister is worth negative $11,000.
Yeah. Damn.
And you running around here with a classism chip on your shoulder. So do you understand what I'm saying?
True.
Wait, hold on. Is your degree in engineering? Is your degree in physics? Oh, you think because it's in law that you special. First off, United States is the most litigious country in the world. It's the most litigious country in the world. There's too many fucking lawyers. That's why most of y'all are not getting hired by firms. You got to start your own.
Yep.
Right.
Facts.
Nigga.
Is your degree in agriculture?
Ooh.
Biology?
Mm.
You owe money and you trying to act better. You broke.
Yep.
Your education made you broke. And it made you a slave to a job.
Real talk.
Yep.
I'm not blaming sisters. I promise you I'm not. I'm saying see the big picture. Because if the world is coming in on us is the key word, goddammit. Us together, you know, like working together, like getting past the shit that, yeah. Loving on each other. I'm just, caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from? Speak on it. Hey, what's happening? T from Chicago, what up?
Hey,
Or give my opinion on the question, what are black men's role in ensuring black women so beautiful? Well, I would say that melanated men need to stop propping up other groups of women. Example, Kim Kardashian, Coco, Omarosa, since she vehemently says that she's not black. Our men need to understand that without us, there would be no them. Cherish and love us. Put us on a pedestal. Stop looking at us as sex, labeling us as bitches and hoes.
Well, wait. One more thing, sweetie. Can you turn your radio down just a little, and then I want you to go right back in. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And they need to love and cherish their female child and tell her daily that she's beautiful and that she's worth it. And be the example of the man in how any and all men should treat her. And melanated women need to be more patient and understanding of what our men are facing, even before they're born, that, you know, this world isn't meant for them, or at least here in America. And we have to establish new and better standards for ourselves, not based off our enemies' ideas. And we have to throw away all the BS that they put for us to model ourselves as. And finally, stop dating outside our race. I mean, forget love is love. Love is not love when you're being oppressed by that same love. That's not love. So that's my thought on that.
Hey, I love it when the ladies call in and share. You guys are so beautiful. Let me just say this real quick before I end the show. Love sisters. Love sisters. Love sisters. Love brothers and sisters. Love black love.
Yes.
Love black unity.
Yes.
You understand? Love humanity.
Yes.
Right?
One love.
Love the world. Right? Love the universe. Love the source of all that is that permeates everything. Love, 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 love. I love it all. But there's work we got to do in order to get higher. And we can't be afraid of having real conversations like these. Sisters are not being blamed. Shit. If I don't have a system to give you, a system of how to live, a system of how to survive, I can't blame you for what you've made of yourself from this system. I can't blame you. It's not your fault. You know? And if I present something to you and I say, hey, this is what this system is doing to you and I need you just like you need me, let's come together and work this out. We gotta be willing to give up what we think is advancement for unity. Not everything looks, and not everything is advancement just because it's safe or because it appears to be certain. I'm just saying, we need each other. If this week's events hasn't showed us that black folk need black folk, then I don't know what else got to happen for us to see that. So, sisters, I'm saying this again. I love you. I cherish you. I honor you. I appreciate you. And I ain't always done that. I ain't always loved you like that. I'm just being honest now. I only fuck with sisters now. I fuck with one white girl when I was 18. And that was enough for me. But I'm just keeping it real. I fuck with one white girl when I was 18.
Gross.
Hey, she was bad as hell now. Hold on. Don't fuck with my pedigree. I wasn't 18 then. But nah, I saw the way my mom and them looked at me. They was like,
Right.
Nah, that's my baby. He the youngest. I don't know what he going through right now, but you know when mama get hey mama, this is okay, cool. You're not fucking with her. Okay, cool. But I'm just but I love sisters. I love sisters to death. Okay, nigga. Who'd you walk in here with? But I'm just saying, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And having my daughter, do you understand? Having my daughter is what raised me.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I don't want to treat sisters the way I treated sisters before my daughter came into the picture. And before she became conscious. When she was a little baby, I still didn't have the full flow. But I'm going to tell you, something happened to me when I held her. Fresh out the womb, like a motherfucking honey bun. It looked like she had fucking lip gloss on. Her little lips was shining, and she was just fucking awesome. And there was a shift in me.
That's right.
So I love sisters. I appreciate y'all, and I'm not blaming y'all, but we need unity. All right. I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I see y'all Monday. Deuces.
Deuces.